So, what can we expect of our religion in the process of establishing peace internationally? Consider these words from the prophet Joseph Smith. The desires of God have been to promote the universal good of the world, to establish peace and goodwill among men, to promote the principles of eternal truth, to bring about a state of things that shall unite man to his fellow man, make the nations of the earth dwell in peace, and to bring about the millennial glory. It has been the design of Jehovah from the commencement of the world, and is his purpose now, to regulate the affairs of the world in his own time, to stand as a head of the universe and take the reins of government in his own hand. When that is done, judgment will be administered in righteousness, anarchy and confusion will be destroyed, and nations will learn war no more. Other attempts to promote universal peace and happiness in the human family have proved abortive. Every effort has failed. Every plan and design has fallen to the ground. It needs the wisdom of God, the intelligence of God, and the power of God to accomplish this. The world has had a fair trial for 6,000 years. The Lord will try the 7,000 himself, close quote. And when this finally happens, after the second coming of Jesus Christ, perhaps we will see government become yet another appendix or order of the Melchizedek priesthood, just like education. Now let's turn to peace in our families. The family is ordained of God, states the proclamation on the family. It so happens that the word ordained means both appointed or decreed and invested with ministerial or sacerdotal functions. Since the genesis of the family in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints takes place upon sacred altars of temples, we understand that families are an organizational structure created and governed by the eternal priesthood. And I suppose that we begin to lose peace in our homes when we set aside the priesthood and the laws of the kingdom of God. Speaking on this campus in 1974, President Spencer W. Kimball stated, "Righteousness and true peace are inseparably connected," close quote. I suppose that many of the conflicts that beset families in the modern era may be the result of lack of the discipline of obedience. We seem to have inculcated in ourselves the false notion that we have the right to do anything we want, regardless of the consequence in the lives of others and in society. And when we try to manage divinely appointed organizations and structures, such as families, using that same false notion, we expose ourselves to failure. Families organized through the ordinances of the house of the Lord constitute an additional appendix or order of the Melchizedek priesthood, the so-called divine patriarchal order. It is only in and through this organizational structure that men and women will find the spiritual development that will enable them to receive the full blessings of the restored gospel of Jesus Christ. Covenants allow us to bind ourselves to our spouse's life insomuch that our spouse's needs become our needs. Covenants provide a stasis, a static balance of equilibrium between opposing forces. The constant memory of the covenants made in the temple will lead us to seek ways to maintain a satisfactory condition of peace in our homes, while we face the expected differences of opinion, tastes, and habits common in family life. We will not be exempted from the challenges of daily life, but peace within our families can be attained. The course of life lived by Adam and Eve shows the path to follow. The Lord will send messengers to assist us and drive away evil from among us if we keep our covenants sacred, diligently seeking and patiently waiting for additional light and knowledge. The faithful women of the church may rest assured that their role as wives and mothers brings them everlasting honor, privileges, and blessings in this priesthood. We must not forget another important aspect in the establishment of peace in our families, and that is economic stability and self-reliance. Besides the obvious benefits for families and individuals, economic development and stability is also of strategic importance for the church. It will do the church no good to have over half of its members dependent on welfare. In the United States, demographic changes and other macroeconomic variables will soon make it very difficult for American Latter-day Saints to bear alone the financial burden of the rapidly expanding church. However, if in the next, say, 20 years, we see a significant improvement in the temporal status of members in Brazil, Mexico, and the Philippines, and if membership increases more rapidly in stable economies with reasonably sizable populations like Japan and Korea, then the church will have the resources to further its mission elsewhere.